Aquino said. "Now, why do sea turtles eat plastic bags?" "'Cause they're dumb fish," Normie Watson said, prompting snickering. "Actually, they're not fish, they're reptiles," Mr. Aquino said with a disapproving frown. "And they're not dumb. They're actually very smart. Now, anybody else?"
Shelly was secretly glad that he'd shut Normie down. Serves him right. She watched the sea turtle drift past the sunken pirate ship and treasure chest that decorated the faux undersea environment. It wheeled around a rusty barnacled trident, the centerpiece of the exhibit, which stuck out from the bright white sand. Suddenly, a huge reef shark swam behind Mr. Aquino. "Watch out!" Normie yelped, pointing to its huge jaws filled with jagged teeth. Gasps and nervous giggles rang out. "Megalodon just tried to chomp Mr. Aquino's head," he said. As if anything could swim through the glass, Shelly thought. She thrust up her hand again, since no one had answered their teacher's question yet, and Mr. Aquino pointed at her. "Because sea turtles mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, their main food source," she said.
"Correct again, Shelly," Mr. Aquino said, flashing her a smile while her classmates groaned.
Shelly's new best friend, Kendall, shot her a look and mouthed one word. "Nerd." Atina and Alana, the twins who rounded out their friend group, giggled at Shelly. Kendall had long blonde hair that swooped around her shoulders like it was out of a shampoo commercial, and blue-green eyes the color of the sea. The twins were identical, with curly auburn hair and a stylish asymmetrical bob and brown eyes. All three girls were dressed the same, in designer athleisure clothes from Ever After Boutique in downtown Triton Bay, the quaint seaside city where they lived. The trio also slurped iced lattes from disposable plastic cups with 2 plastic straws each. Shelly's cheeks burned with embarrassment. I shouldn't have kept raising my hand, Shelly thought. It was a hard instinct to fight. Science nerds were more revolting than rotting fish to the popular kids. She'd had to change schools at the beginning of the school year, when her mother moved her and her little brother Dawson from their big old house by the ocean to the townhouse in the complex on the edge of the canals, and it had taken her many long months to make new friends. One glorious day, Kendall had invited Shelly to sit with her group at lunch. Shelly had become fast friends with the 3 of them after that. Nothing was going to ruin Shelly's happiness about that friendship, including her father leaving their house and moving into the weird, dingy apartment with the stained carpets that always smelled like greasy delivery food, and her brother's goldfish Mr. Bubbles going belly up and getting flushed down the toilet the past week. Nothing was worse than having no friends.
"Nice job, Shelly," Mr. Aquino said with a wink, snapping her out of her thoughts. "Nice job, Shelly," Normie mocked. "Of course she knows everything about fish."
Everyone knew that Shelly's parents owned the Triton Bay Aquarium. A year earlier, she and her little brother used to love going to work with their parents on the weekends, following their mother around while she managed the feeding schedules and directed the staffers, or hanging with their father in the office while he handled the bills and dealt with guest relations. But the days of both her parents being at the aquarium at the same time had passed. Shelly followed as Mr. Aquino led the class to the next tank on the tour. Shelly caught sight of her reflection in the tank's clear barrier. She had long, curly dark hair, streaked with blonde highlights from all the time she spent on the aquarium's outdoor sun deck feeding the dolphins. Her eyebrows and eyes were darker brown than her sun-kissed skin. Her favorite thing about her appearance was her long, strong legs, which helped her swim fast. Sunlight filtered through the water, casting strange shadows onto her classmates. She didn't need to look at the illustrated placard to know what this exhibit housed. Spiny lobsters, stingrays, barracuda, and garden eels. The lobsters looking like giant red insects waving their antennas.